We live. We live. We live. Another episode. Episode 14 of Old Heads Only. I think we
I
ready to
can't
go,
even
man. This gonna
see.
be a good one, Dale. You
I
can't
know,
see
but I
me?
can't even. No, I can't see.
All right, hold on, champ. I think we. Let me say something. Let me make sure if they can see us. Let me see something. Yeah, they can see me. They can see me on there. So I guess
All
we
right,
might have
well,
to
it's
roll
all
with
good.
it.
Let's just
What
we
up,
gonna
Dale?
rock with it. What up? Live and direct. Old heads.
Old Heads Only. How old is too old, baby? Yo, I got a lot I want to talk about this, Dale. We just went live though. We on Instagram, we on Twitter, we on Facebook, we are on YouTube, we are even on Twitch tonight. Welcome to the show, Old Heads Only. We want to talk about some very interesting topic, interesting to us anyway. Old Heads Only. We're gonna talk about something that we may have gotten into this before, but this time I want to get a little deeper because we got a lot of elder statesmen right now stepping into the game. They're bringing their lyrics back out. We got LL Cool J just dropped a new song with Rick Ross and Fat Joe,
Fat Joe.
right? Q-Tip is producing it. All of them are over 50, if I'm not mistaken, right there?
Yep. All them old 50. I don't know about Rick Ross, but I know Fat Joe, LL, and Q-Tip are over 50.
Okay. And if y'all can hear me, let me know. Let me know in the comments how we sound. But we're gonna get this cracking anyway. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you're on YouTube. Send that cash app, CLBMG. We just doing these shows, entertaining. All we need is a little support. CLBMG, the money sign CLBMG. We appreciate that. Send $1, $2, $100, $1,000. Dale said he like millions, so send Dale $1 million. Salute.
Straight cash, homie.
Straight cash. So listen, I want to have this conversation, man, because I feel like this is a time where, based on that Method Man and Redman situation,
And Summer Jam.
at Summer Jam, when Method Man and Redman was out on the they came out on the stage. It's a lot of nuance to that, but I want to discuss that. Method Man went and said the age gap is too big. He went on his, after Method Man and Redman performed that Summer Jam, Method Man went on his, I want to say on his Twitter, and was saying the age gap is too big. Thanks, but no thanks. We're never coming back to Summer Jam. Right? So
Yep.
with that being said, right, I want to have the discussion. He was saying that the age gap is too big and that people were really not really paying attention to their show. Now, how do
I
you
can
feel
believe
about
that.
that, Dale? Because I feel like it's true that the age gap is there, but I also feel like the show wasn't done right. Right? I feel like they put them in a precarious situation where they put them on a show with a lot of people that don't belong on the same show together. I'm just gonna be honest. But Redman and Method Man are both over 50, correct?
Yep.
LL is over 50. Q-Tip, all these artists, but right now they're making a lot of noise and a lot of people are getting excited about this stuff. Now, as hip-hop fans, in my comments for that Method Man, I had a lot of older people telling me that it was Red and Meth's own fault for going on to a show, for signing on to a show that had a lot of youngsters.
Yeah,
Right?
a few of the podcasts that I listened to, they was talking about is a little bit of the onus is on Redman and Meth Man because you have to see the lineup first to know what you're getting into. So you see that lineup and you don't see any other artists that's even near your age. So that should be an indication right there.
Yeah. So now, with that being said, the nuance is that was supposed to be the 30th anniversary of Summer Jam. Right?
Yeah,
So
I did hear that.
if there's a 30th anniversary, and do you hear echo, Dale? Just let me know if you hear me, if you hear any kind of weird echo going on. We good on my end?
Yeah, it's a little bit, but it ain't bad. It ain't
All right, so you don't hear no squealing on. No, I'm just trying to show these comments, so I'm going into a different page. So with DJ Side Dog was in the building. Said peace. Said rap isn't like video. Said rap isn't like athletics where you need to retire after a certain age. Think about the greatest authors like Ernest Hemingway, Maya Angelou, how they kept writing up until the end. And
that's a fact. Facts, as they say. Facts.
So basically, I'm looking at it like when I look at that lineup, there was a generational gap. That's a fact.
A big generation gap.
Yeah. Now, with that being said, though, I kind of feel like the Hot 97 didn't respect what that generational gap entailed. Because when you look at that lineup, that's supposed to be the 30th anniversary. A lot of people are going to say, oh, they was there for Mr. C tribute, right? They're going to say, oh, Red and Meth should have known better, but they had other artists on it. They had EPMD, they had Rakim just for the Mr. C tribute. My opinion, there ain't no age gap. The show should have been booked better because if it's the 30th anniversary, why aren't there more people that helped build that station on that show? Right?
Yep.
Lil Kim, is Lil Kim still alive? LL Cool J, like Raekwon, is mad people that should have been invited to that. Fabulous, right? It's mad people that helped in 30 years of hip hop. Busta, Mary J, Ghostface, like it could have been a whole celebration of hip hop. Instead, you got mostly drill rappers and Afrobeat singers, and you got Doja Cat. That's not respecting the hip hop game, in my opinion. And I feel like, wasn't it you that read off the names of the first Summer Jam?
No, it wasn't me.
I think it was Flares. We did the other show. And everybody on the first Summer Jam was all rappers except for like one singer. Right? And they were put on that show because hip hop was the big thing at that time. Now, over that 30 years, we've seen Jay hit that stage, Nas hit that stage. We've seen every kind of artist that ever made a name for themselves hit that stage. Did I die, Dale? Do you still see me?
I never could see you, but I hear you. So
can you hear me though? You can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. Loud and clear.
So with that being said, why would you have Doja Cat, Offset, Sexy Red as your first three biggest headliners? You don't got nobody from the past. So right there, you telling me, of course, it's going to be an age gap because you're putting on all younger artists. Doja Cat ain't part of no 30th. She didn't help build Hot 97 to what it is. So
yeah,
Method Man walked away from that feeling old. This way the conversation going. Method Man walked away from that feeling old. And he said the age gap was too big and he can't come back to Summer Jam. And I'm like, how is it too big when you only put young artists on there and then threw Method Man and them as an afterthought for the Mr. C tribute? When the Mr. C tribute, my opinion, Mr. C should have got a big ass banner on the video screen. Rest in peace, Mr. C. That should have been it. The rest of the show should have been a mixture. Yeah, we can tribute him, but we can't just only throw all the old school artists on for Mr. C tribute. You know what I mean, Dale?
Yeah, I feel
that's all I'm trying to say. So I don't feel like there's no big divide. And not only that, we had older artists on the radio when we was coming up, and we had to know that music. Why these youngers can't be put in the mix of all the music at the same time? Why we can't mix more of older stuff into the music that they listening to now, which I'm sure they do. But they was looking at Red and Meth like they was freaking dinosaurs, like they, low key.
And the little bits and pieces of that I seen of they show, it looked like they was performing a pretty good show.
Yeah, they always do though. They always do. Now I'm gonna go in the comments and see. I hope my I hope they can hear us clear. I don't know how we sound out there, but let me see. Antoine says salute. He said peace. Bronx Keys said Nas takes good care of himself and his craft. Some of these other old heads don't do either one, and that's the knock on their appeal. That's a fact. Some of that, now let's be honest, some of our older cats, Dale.
You can't say that about Method Man, though. Method Man in probably better shape than any of these old niggas, yo. That nigga shake like shit, Joe.
Yeah.
he put
Meth got to clean. Yeah, Meth got to look clean, dress fly. You know what I'm saying? Meth and Ray still dressing like they, you know what I'm saying? Like they still in the game. Nas still looking good, dressing good. So it's not necessarily about that. Now, some of our elders, though, MC Shan walking around with no teeth in his mouth.
Yeah, MC Shan looking old.
Right?
He looking old.
Melly Mel still running around with his head down to his shoulders, looking crazy. Looking like he's still wearing these crazy outfits. So low key, we kind of like gotta pick and choose some of the elders to represent us. Video said whoever made the lineup with Meth and Red next to those artists was either ignorant or trying to sabotage. You could say they were trying to sabotage, but I'm not gonna believe that. It does look like a sabotage. I said that before on my other video. But
I agree with you. I think it was like an afterthought. Like we gotta throw the elders up in there somewhere. I think they was like an afterthought. And they like, oh, who could we get to do it? Just, you know. So I think that's how that came about.
And somebody was in my comments today on my Method Man Redman video on my YouTube channel, and he was like, lazy journalism. It would have took you 10 seconds to realize that it was a Mr. C tribute and they were performing. That's the only reason they were on the stage. Because the Mr. C tribute, you blame the kids for not knowing stuff that you don't know. Like he was tearing my ass up in the comments, right? And my response was, how do you justify saying it was a Mr. C tribute when it was the 30th year anniversary? So you're making it like that's okay to just do a tribute. It didn't have Davido and Tata and all these drill rappers represent the rest of the show. Offset, Sexy Red, Doja Cat. Huh?
I got a question. Was that tribute? Wasn't that on another stage, or was it the same stage? I'm not 100% sure.
I heard they had 2 stages.
Yeah, I heard that tribute was on another stage.
Yeah, so they had 2 stages, and what had happened was the tribute, I believe, I could be wrong, but I think the tribute was on the outside stage, and the big show was on the inside.
Right.
Now, I don't know if they were simultaneous or what, or if it happened before, and then I don't know what happened. But, and I'm going to look at the comments because the people saying some of the same stuff that Red Meth should have known better. But
at the same time, they performers.
Anniversary. Yeah, they real performers.
They performers, so it's going to be hard for them to turn down. They might have looked at it probably like funny, but they performers, so they going to perform.
Yeah. And not only that, though, they get booked. They got a booking agent and managers, right? And they probably was like, y'all want to do Hot 97? Sure. Because they had shows before that and after that. They're touring all
Yeah, so, yeah.
They had a show the night before, the night after.
Because they did that Roots picnic. Didn't they do the Roots picnic?
Bill saying who's on it.
Right. Didn't they do the Roots picnic like the day before or the day after or something like that shit?
I think it was the day after. They did the Roots picnic, I think, either the day before or the day after. Let me get to some of these comments. But Antoine said there's no age limit when it comes to hip hop. If you got it, you got it at the end of the day. Bronx Key said that lineup was garbage for what they were trying to accomplish. Video said Wu-Tang just got bad luck with Hot 97. Jonathan Salute, he said once they saw Sexy Red on that list, they should have took a rain check. Wow, that's hilarious. I don't know.
You can't really say that because Sexy Red was at the Roots picnic.
Was she?
Yeah, Sexy Red performed at the Roots picnic, but it was a mixture. They had a mixture of like old mostly older artists
probably had a
and
better
young
mix.
artists. Yeah.
They probably had a better mix. And you know what's crazy? They starting to embrace Sexy Red low key, bro. Even the older artists starting to embrace her low key. Not really like openly, but they're like embracing her a little bit.
She be getting on there. It seems like she get on just about every lineup.
Yeah. Lewis said, hip hop is the only genre that considers you too old. Every other genre calls it legends. That's a fact. Someone like Melly Mel is too old to rap. If he's going to stay close-minded and say everything now is trash, then act like Eminem, this is hitting. Yeah, Melly Mel. So that's an example right there, Dale. Let's stop right there. Melly Mel is an example of somebody that should not be rapping. Now, would you agree, Dale?
I hate to say somebody should stop, but I'm going to say it. But he's not putting out nothing new that we know of, so he has really stopped.
Yeah, so
I mean,
can he still perform? He should be able to still perform his own stuff.
Yeah, he can still be able to perform his legendary hits and like The Message and other stuff he did back in the 80s. Yeah, of course.
Now we just said the question of the video is how old is too old? Now we basically saying Melly Mel too old.
I wouldn't want him to put out nothing new, but I don't think he would.
Yeah, because that Eminem joint was awful, bro. But some people liked it. Some people liked it, Dale.
It might have been because of hate for Eminem.
Yeah. Some people like he killed the boy. Like, yeah. Bronx Key said that whole event should have been a tribute to Mr. C. The tribute shouldn't have been a segment. That's a fact. I agree with that. It should have been a tribute to hip hop. It should have been a tribute to all the artists that made Hot 97. How you gonna do a 30th anniversary, but put a bunch of people that wasn't even born 30 years ago, and then you putting people on there that just got in the game 2 and 3 years ago? It don't make no sense. So they're saying the audio is good, so I'm gonna keep going. Meth looks good. He sounds good. Let me see what my man Antoine said. I agree because we need the old school fans with the new school fans to come together. Facts. We could share the conversation like hip hop music, like NBA YoungBoy mixed with Rakim. Only problem I got with NBA YoungBoy, he's too one-dimensional. If he came out of that, he got so much more he could be talking about. You know what I mean? He got other stuff he could be talking about, and his stuff be kind of one-dimensional. But he does say some more personal stuff here and there. But we got to bring out of that. Rest in peace to Mr. C. He held it down for Biggie all these years. Is Biggie's old DJ 50 Grand still alive? Ooh, I don't know. Let me see. Jose Ramirez, salute to Jose. He said they were doing it for Mr. C. Also, why is hip hop the only genre with ageism? It is the only genre with ageism. But you know what? Hip hop is derived from how we feel about each other. We ageism in real society. Not necessarily other music, but in society. Like when somebody old is still trying to work, we kind of like work around them. Like, all right, you're going too slow. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, or you don't want to hire them because they already old. Like somebody in their late 50s trying to enter the job market, they're going to have a little bit of a tougher time than somebody that's 21. I'm just going to be honest with you. So ageism is in society itself. Curtis said, Melly Mel's been blazing on K-Slade running 5, 100, 200 tracks. Yeah, but that's because K-Slade puts them on every single one of them. And those are like 8 bars. So when Melly Mel gets on those K-Slade joints, rest in peace to K-Slade, but he's centralizing 8 bars. And they're not asking him to do too much, and he's keeping it very, very, like, you know what I'm saying? They ain't asking him to do too much. So I don't know. That's different. Jose said that's caused Red because Red is selling. So people put her shows on because the pool they have. I'm ready for the days that being internet famous does not equal good artists.
Well, according to Jermaine Dupri, she's not selling. Did you see the comment Jermaine Dupri made? Right. He said like her album only did like 24K or something like that.
Right, you're right.
And he said that was back in the day. She would have got dropped from the label.
She would have got dropped. That's what he was saying. He said she has the appearance of someone that's selling, but she's not really selling like that.
Oh, okay.
Let me see. Kiki, in my opinion, all the best hip hop is being done by older guys, older than 35. To me, that's a fact, and that's biased for me to say that because I'm over 35. So me to say, oh, only the hip hop heads over 35 is making. But look, I think Drake and Kendrick both are around that age, and everything above that,
Yeah, they
everybody
gotta be
above
upper
that.
30s now. They gotta be upper 30s now.
Yeah, I think Kendrick like 37. I think Drake around 37. So I think they're around that age. So they are making the best music. Let me see. Charles, you're the one that made me realize Melly Mel was a hack. Salute to Sean. I don't know if I meant to do that. I just called it like I see it, bro. Yeah, Melly Mel is yo. I would say, I'm gonna be honest though, I ain't like Melly Mel for a very long time. I thought Melly Mel was trash for years. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Dead ass trash.
I gotta be honest, I was never really a big Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 fan. When I was a kid. I wasn't.
Damn, I think we just opened a can of worms because we was told that they was great by the elders. They was doing what we doing right now, telling the youngins that how great somebody is. They kept telling us how great Melly Mel and Grandmaster was, which they are legendary for what they accomplished. But we wasn't bumping them like that.
No, I never was into their music. It was about back then. It was Run DMC and Houdini and Fat Boy.
Facts. Katie in the building. Thanks for bringing knowledge and good conversation back to hip hop. We appreciate you, Katie. Ageism in hip hop is dangerous. If the young men had more respect for the elders, they might think about their own future and move in a more careful way. Disrespecting your elders is a form of nihilism. That's true. And because of that, that's why they can stand there and look sideways at a Method Man and Redman. And I heard that some people were jamming to it. You know what I'm saying? Some people. Fleers made a good point. He said Method Man and Redman's music is kind of not like conducive to, if you don't know it, it's like a funk sound to a degree. And if you don't already know some of this stuff, you might not be interested in hearing it, to be honest. So maybe we picked the wrong group to get behind and say ageism, you know? I don't know. I think Method Man and Redman could rock any crowd.
I don't know if I agree with Flares with that. Good music is good music. Even if it's something you never heard before, if it's good, it's going to catch your ear. You might not know the words, but you're going to be like paying attention. Oh, this shit is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be looking up like, okay. So maybe they did have some people like, you know, I don't know who they are, but it sounds good. You know, that type of shit.
Facts. Bronx said that Kendrick turned 37 today. And Lydia said they do it to women too, though. Ageism, that's a fact. They do it to women as well, especially women rappers. Forget it. And Video said the best rappers under 30 keep getting killed off. I hate it. Take off Pop Smoke. That's a fact. They live a certain kind of lifestyle. And the way rappers move now isn't the same way. Now, if you go watch Eric Sermon, he said they was getting in all kind of stuff. If you go watch the Eric Sermon's Drink Champs, he said they had mad shootouts, mad fights, mad.
Like, yeah.
So it wasn't like, we're not gonna sit here and act like the rappers from our era wasn't living dangerously as well. But these guys they got a different. It's dangerous right now. Like your boy, what's his name? He went to the Waffle House with his jewelry on.
I think the difference back then compared to now, wasn't no social media back then. Wasn't no phones that could take pictures. You know what I'm saying? So you was able to be a little bit more discreet, a lot more discreet with your shit.
Yeah. But at the same time, too, you could be discreet, but you also, it wasn't as much will to kill you back then. You know what I mean? Like, It was violence and it was stuff that jumped off. But these guys now are doing stuff for the clout of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always tell the story, when they robbed XXXTentacion, they went straight to Instagram and started putting in their stories, his money and his jewelry and stuff. Whatever they took, whatever they got off him, they started putting it online. That's how they got caught.
See? That's what I'm talking about. A lot of people doing this crazy shit to get likes and get views and go viral. You know what I'm saying? You ain't had that back in the day.
did it. You did it. And there was no way you wasn't. I don't even know. Like a lot of the people, first of all, when they killed you back then, they wanted to stay anonymous. Like we still don't know who did Big
Right.
Hip Hop. They saying who did this and that, but it's 20 years later. Now they kind of like the people who killed FBG Duck, all of them did it for the fame of it. They really ran down on this dude for the fame of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. I mean, they had real beef, but at the same time, they didn't have real beef with him. He would have beef with certain people who's like, he's there, go handle that. So it's like, wow. Let me see. Nah, the Eminem diss was trash. I don't like Eminem. John, I don't know how we got on Eminem.
Right, because that Melly Mel diss.
Oh yeah. The Melly Mel diss was trash. Yep, you're right. Pac and DMX was still here. Will we be wanting them to stop? No. No. But we don't know what Pac was great getting the acting really heavy. We don't even know if Pac would be Joe Budden right now, just not even doing no rapping. You know what I'm saying? We don't even know. But I'm gonna be honest. Wait, let me be honest. I wasn't feeling X rapping at the older X. I was trying to rock with it, but that last album that Swiss Beats put out was like, oh, this X is back and all this, da da da. And I listened to it, I was like, X sound. He's stumbling through this.
I think that's something he put together after he died. Like it wasn't the finished product.
That was before he
died. But I don't think it was the total finished product. You know how you had some stuff. Yeah, I don't think it was the total finished product. I think he just pieced whatever he could left together.
You might be right. But X was like that no more.
Yeah, but even before that, when he was alive, his last like few albums wasn't hitting on nothing. And he had stopped for a while. He had a hiatus where he wasn't making no music. I don't know if because of drug situation or what, but
he had a lot of problems.
Yeah.
He had a lot of problems. Video said, hope we get another Meth and Red album. I bet Raekwon Part 3 is going to be the best Wu album I heard in a long time. Dale, did you hear that they're playing that Wu album, the $2 million Wu-Tang album? I don't know the details, but that's some church. You can go there. They did some kind of listening of that album. That what's your boy, the dude that bought the album, the stockbroker dude that went to jail.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I heard he got in trouble for making a copy of the joint.
I don't know.
Did you hear that?
But I saw on Twitter, somebody was saying they heard it.
Yeah.
He got in trouble? He made a copy?
Making a copy of the joint. Yeah. That's what I heard. That's what I saw. That's what I saw one of the news feeds and shit.
He's such a fucking asshole, bro. Screlly was a jerk, bro. Dead ass, bro. The tunnel was wild back in the 90s. That's a fact. Let me see some different era hip hop, new age hip hop fans, and there are some young fans who don't come from that era. They love the old school rap, so props to them. And he said that Lydia said Pac and X would be 60. I don't know if X would be 60. They wouldn't be. Neither one of them would be 60. Who are we talking about?
No, they wouldn't. They wasn't that much older than me.
Yeah, they would. They'd be 55, 56. They wouldn't be 60. What up, fellow old heads? To me, it's not like sports where so much has to do with the physical. If your mind is still sharp and your pen is still a samurai sword, then you can do your thing. That's a fact. Me and Dale still making our music. I feel like I'm at the top of my game with these lyrics right there.
Yeah, of course. I'm waiting to hear more.
Yeah, we got an album called Force Multipliers, and I'm working on part 2. Dale got to stay on me like, yo, what's up with them rhymes? But when we drop part 2, Dale, we're gonna outdo part 1, Force Multipliers. Make sure you check that out. It's Charles and the Ugly Professor. It's on all streaming services. But dope is dope, whack is whack. If a knife is sharp, it doesn't matter if you're 100 years old or 20. Yo, first of all, support our sponsor. It's called black-yeti.com. Check them out. Go over to their page. Make sure you see if you're into THC, if you're into gummies, moonshine. I gotta ask Cal about that moonshine. I ain't tried it.
Yeah, I want to try that moonshine.
Yeah, he got the moonshine, THC infused moonshine. He got the what else he got? He's selling the gummies, the chocolate, the funnels, all kind of stuff. Black-Yeti.com. Head over there, make sure you show social support. Hit us with the Cash App, CLBMG. Make sure you show some love. Yeah, I like getting them cash out. They make my day. Dale, if this joint dropped, my phone had overheated a little while ago. So if it dropped, just keep going for about 3 minutes and then end it because we over. But I think we good for a little bit because my joint had overheated and my phone died for a minute. But
Oh, okay.
Mary Ann said there are many lanes for rap. Old MCs could go on if they are true lyricists. I'm still pissed they use ghostwriters today. Salute, Rock So Fresh remix. That's my joint right there. I got a song with Craig G from Queensbridge. The Craig G from the Symphony. We got a song together called Rock So Fresh. Go check that out, Charles Brown.
You
So
got
my
a
man
video for
Curtis
it
said,
too. I like that joint.
and a video. Salute.
Yeah.
Curtis said the problem is the fans, old and new, willing to listen to the vets and aging legends of hip hop can't be sweating some and dismissing the rest. Oh, let me read that again because that's making a lot of sense. Curtis said the problem is the fans, old and new, willing to listen to the vets and aging legends of hip hop. They can't be sweating some and dismissing the rest. So I want to stop right there. That's true. But we've always done that in hip hop. We've always liked some and then dismissed others. So I think that's something. I don't think just because you're old, you deserve, What you think about that, Dan?
A pass? You talking about a pass if you're older?
He's right, and I respect what Curtis is saying. And he's always saying good stuff. But at the same time, some of these older guys, when they spit in it, they're not always on point. When they perform their older stuff, they're good. But then when they drop something new, it ain't always that good. Like I always resort to Jazzo. I was waiting on Jazzo. And when Jazzo dropped, I thought the album should have been better.
Well, you're not feeling this new LL joint, Saturday Night Special. You say you're not feeling that.
I'm not gonna say I'm not feeling it. Let's talk about that. LL is 56. Q-Tip is around that same age, and Rick Ross and them is up there. I don't think Rick Ross is in his 50s, but I think
Probably late 40s, probably.
Fat Joe may be 50. But
no, Fat Joe is in his 50s. Fat Joe is definitely in his 50s.
Okay. He's definitely in his 50s.
Yeah.
So Rick
like Ross probably in his late 40s.
LL... Say it again, Dale?
I think Rick Ross probably in his late 40s, if I had to guess. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna say I don't like the song. I never say. So he's talking about in my group chat, right? When the LL Cool J song dropped, I sent it to them. I said, "Yo, LL got a new joint. It's Saturday Night Special with Q-Tip and matter of fact, Dale, if I drop, don't go nowhere because I'm gonna go get my iPad and I'll jump back on. Just give me 2 or 3 minutes. But I said LL put out the wrong song for the first single. I said, I like the song, but this is not the LL that people have been waiting between 10 and 15 years. LL hasn't dropped nothing in at least 11 years. I feel like
I think longer than that. It's probably been longer than that. He probably run us since the 2000s, sometime in the mid 2000s, probably.
Yeah, I read somewhere that maybe they were wrong, but they were saying that his last joint was about 11 years ago, which I don't think that's correct. So
I don't think that's correct either.
Yeah, it could be wrong. I think it's wrong. That may have been a best of or something. I think they're wrong. But I feel
I don't have my laptop in front of me, so I can't check it, but
I could check it. But I feel like that song is a dope record. Don't get me wrong. I feel like it's filler though. When I listen to that LL,
you feel it's an album cut.
It's an album cut. And then LL don't talk about drugs like that. So it's a song talking about a drug dealer. Always paying back. Like it's a story, John, which I do say they don't tell enough stories no more. I always say that. I get that. But I was like, this is a forgettable record. This is a B-side. For LL to be coming back, first of all, the entire hip-hop community, they was going nuts about this new song. LL got a new song. It's all on Twitter, da-da-da. Imagine that energy with an anthem type of track. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean, Dale? Like a big-ass record. Now, we just saw what Eminem just did with Houdini. He played to his core, right? He spent $1 million on the video easily. Like the video, like you can't tell me that thing ain't cost about $1 million. He rolled it out correctly. He has a whole thing where he has a video that came out that's supposed to be about who killed Slim Shady. Like he's rolling the album out correctly. LL just randomly dropped this one song one day out of nowhere. Right? They've been talking about this Q-Tip produced album for 3-4 years. So he just drops this random song with him talking about a random drug dealer always paying back. Which is not. I think people get me. I don't say the song is not bad, but I think that LL low key missed the opportunity. Now I know he got a song with Eminem that just leaked, right?
Yeah,
and that's going to be a big record. That's going to be a big record. But I feel like LL should have picked a better single. That's all I'm saying. It's not that I don't like the song. I feel like LL, as an elder statesman with all this riding on this album, that first song has to be a banger.
Well, it's hard for me to say. It's hard for me to say he should have dropped a better single because I will have to hear the album because it might be the whole direction of the album might be totally different from what we think it is going to be. Oh, I think Charles dropped out. So it's just me talking. With a Q-Tip all-produced album for this new LL joint, he said in interviews before that single even dropped, Saturday Night Special, that he was doing this for the culture. It's not about radio hits and club bangers, and I don't even think he's going for the anthem, the stadium anthem type sound. I think he doing like some strictly lyrics and hip hop shit, especially when you got Q-Tip doing all the production. So I don't even think it's going to have that type of feel to it. It's hard to believe that LL going to do an album without no songs for the ladies. I can't see that, but it might be more towards like a Tribe type joint for the how Tribe had now some banging joints for the females. I think it might go in that direction with that kind of like sonics to it. But I think 2024 is going to be the year of the old heads. You had Master Ace drop his album in the beginning of this year with the producer Marco Polo called Richmond Hill, which is one of the best albums so far this year, in my opinion. Then you had Ghostface, who set the tone. Dog Pound just dropped the album. I liked it. I haven't heard the whole album, but I love that single they got with DJ Premier doing the production. They got Lady of Rage, RBX, Snoop rapping on that joint. That joint is tight. Then you got LL dropping. You got Rakim coming out with another album, a new album, which I never thought would happen. I didn't think he would ever come out with a new album again. And he's producing the whole album. It got a ton of features, just like the Ghostface joint had a ton of features. So it seems like he's going to lean heavy on the features. But that should be interesting. If it's going to be good or not, I don't know. But, Rakim's in my top 10, so maybe top 5 probably. So I'm be looking for that. Then you got Common and Pete Rock doing an album together. You got supposedly Nas and Premier doing an album together. You got M dropping this year. There's rumbles that Jay-Z might come out with another album this year. I doubt it, but there's little rumbles about that. Then who knows? You might get a De La Soul album later on this year. So it's a lot of the old heads are coming back this year. Oh, you back? I held it down a little bit.
Hold up, Dan. I had to go for the emergency joint.
I understand.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what I was saying, I think I can hear you. I was saying while you was gone, I think 2024 going to be the year of the old heads because a lot of old heads are coming back. You gone again? Yeah, but this would be an interesting year. You talk about this ageism, and you got all these old heads coming back with new stuff, which I'm very interested to hear how these albums sound. I'm pretty some of them going to be hit or miss, but I think Common and Pete Rock joint, if I had to guess, might be the best out these bunch. I'm just going to predict they're going to have the best album out of all of the older guards that's coming back out with new material, new albums this year. But as far as Meth and Redman doing another album, I hear Redman supposed to be doing another Muddy Waters Part 2. Been hearing that for years. I mean, years now. Ghostface talking about doing another Supreme Clientele album, Supreme Clientele Part 2. I don't know if that's going to drop this year or next year. Probably next year. If I had to guess, we've been hearing that for years. I heard Raekwon was talking about doing a Cuban Links Part 3. So who knows? A lot of older guys coming out, and I think they should. I think kind of got some inspiration from Nas. I mean, Nas went on the 6-album run, and he's 50 now. So maybe everybody got inspiration with that 50-year anniversary last year with all the shows. Maybe that motivated some folks to get back into making new material and not just doing like legacy shows. But we'll see. But still waiting on Charles. If you good, you good. If your pen is still good, your mind is still sharp, you can still make good music. It's about can you put a whole album together? And somebody like LL had a long hiatus from putting out a new album. So we'll see how it goes with him doing the joint with Q-Tip. But I'm curious enough that I definitely want to hear it. Got it being probably better than his last album, but that probably wouldn't be saying much. But Q-Tip doing all the production, it sparks my interest. And I don't mean it's going to be like guaranteed just because Q-Tip is doing the production. Because he did all the production on a Danny Brown album that came out, not his last album, but kind of like, I think maybe his previous album before the one that came out recently. And I was real excited. I said, "Oh, Q-Tip gonna produce a whole Danny Brown joint." Now, Danny Brown not an old head, but I was like, "Oh, this joint gonna be good." And it was just okay. It was solid. It wasn't as good as I thought it was gonna be. And I like Danny Brown too, but so just because Q-Tip doing all the production doesn't mean it's gonna be a full out banger. But it has sparked my interest with him doing the production. Oh, still waiting on Charles. Well, anyway, y'all should go check out that Master Ace and Marco Polo album called Richmond Hill. Very good album, better than I thought. Probably my favorite album of the year so far. That and Rhapsody's Don't Cry are my two favorite albums so far this year. And I know it's still kind of early, just hitting summertime, so we got a whole slew of albums coming out. So we see how they hold up the rest of the year. But those are my two favorite albums so far. So if y'all haven't heard that Rhapsody Don't Cry joint, please don't cry. Get that joint, listen to that joint, and then the Master Ace and Marco Polo Richmond Hill joint is very good. So still waiting on Charles. I don't know how much more you want me to keep conversating about ageism by myself. Oh man, let's see what else we can talk about. I'm not really excited about this new Eminem album. I don't like the Houdini song. The video's funny, it's entertaining, but I'm not really looking forward to this Eminem joint. I mean, his two previous albums. Okay, finally back because I was running out of shit to talk about by myself.
How long was that? That was about 5 minutes.
You was out for a while. I started getting into my what I think of the Eminem joint. If I'm just saying I'm not really tripping off hearing the new Eminem album. Of course, I'm gonna listen to it, but I'm not expecting much.
I can respect that. You know what it is? I think people that don't really look at him like that no more, they not really tripping. Just bottom line.
And I listen to every album he drop. I listen to it.
So yeah, gang, we back. We still here. I my phone overheated and died for whatever reason. And it was running and it was low. So, but guess what? We're still here. I don't think we've done. I think we still got more to talk about. Like the simple fact that Eminem, LL, and all of these guys are of a certain age, and they're putting out some of the best music ever. Now, I know a lot of the younger people don't agree. Some of them, like, they could care less. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I feel like the best music is by the elder people right now, and that could be mad bias. What you think,
But
Dale?
what LL was saying in the interview is that he said he's doing this out for the culture. He's not doing it for the hits or the radio or things of that nature. So
Which I
the whole
respect.
album might sound like the single.
I respect that, and I don't think there's
Yeah.
anything wrong with that. And I think I'm getting like, I think people thinking that I'm like knocking the song. I'm not knocking the song. I'm saying that LL usually make bigger records. We
Yeah.
agree on that? Even as
Yeah.
hip hop, I think he's afraid to come off with the ladies lover lips. Like I think he don't want to come off, and Q-Tip is guiding him too. So I think he don't want to come off like, oh yeah, here we go with this ladies stuff again, right? But you can
But
make a good record.
as I was saying while you was gone, I can't see him putting out this album with no songs about the lady. He's got.
No,
I can't see him doing an album with no songs about the lady. He's gonna have to have something on there about for the lady. That's just who he is.
yeah, it don't make no sense if he comes out with an album trying to be all, because he's never dropped. That's the thing. His core fan base doesn't just want to hear this hard leg, I'm the greatest rapper in the world rap album anyway. They want some big records. They want some funny records. They want some party records. They want some I Need Love records. And he's going to have to give it to them, because we don't we don't like LL just for his battle rhymes. LL is not LL just for that. And he can't make the mistake and come out just trying to give us battle rhymes. You know what I mean? But
I don't think
one
he's
more
gonna
thing.
do that.
No. Now, as we talking about ageism, let's talk about the fans. When are you too old to still say I'm a hip hop fan? Like, oh, I'm running to buy a rap album, or you know what I'm saying? Like, some people some people don't look at hip hop as a grown up thing. I'm just gonna be honest.
Mm,
They say what Andre 3000 a lot. They say it's a young man's game, right? So if it's a young
yeah.
man game, what are you doing still going onto your iTunes and looking for the newest hip hop and still playing hip hop at 55, 56? Is that too old to still be doing that too?
No, I don't think so.
One could make the argument like you're listening to other old ass people trying to rap. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I know
Oh,
it ain't too old.
you could be listening to somebody in their late 30s. I mean, like a Kendrick.
On my Eminem video on my TikTok, right? And they going, first of all, my Eminem shorts on my TikTok. These people are going absolutely crazy at me for some of them. Some of them I'm just talking good about Eminem. Some of them are a minute, so they out of context. So it sounds like I'm dissing Eminem. So one of the guys thought I was dissing Eminem, and he goes, "Put your hat on right. You're looking like you're trying to be a 20-year-old. Put your hat on right." This is an
What
Eminem
you had it
random
backwards
Eminem
or
fan.
something?
Huh?
What you had your hat on backwards or something? What the fuck you talking about?
No, it was just like this. It was to the cock. It was cocked a little bit like this. And he
Oh, so
said,
it's
"Do
supposed to
you
be
think?"
straight.
I guess I'm supposed to wear it like. I guess I'm supposed to wear it like this, or I'm trying to be 20 years old, right? So I did it like this, and the guy lit into me, telling me, "Put your hat on right. You're not 20 years old. You think you're a kid." So that's what I'm saying. Like, all of the little stuff that we do naturally, because we were doing it since we were 18 years old. Now they're saying the kids can only do that now. You know what I mean?
Mm.
He's looking at my hat, a jar, and telling me you're trying to be a kid. So what are we supposed to be doing, Dale? Wearing slacks and cardigans and hard bottoms?
I guess you're supposed to
And
be suited up at all times.
what are we supposed to do? I don't know what's too young, too old. Like, they're talking crazy, Dale. They're talking crazy. So that's what we're here to talk about. Like, where are we going to say, okay, that's too old now. You're too old to be doing that. Like, I don't agree that there's no age limit to this. To be honest.
I don't even.
I feel like the age limit is when you're getting bad at it, leave it alone.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of young guys that's bad at it. That
Right.
won't leave it alone. So I don't know. I think that what we got is a quality issue then. If LL drops and the album is weak, you know what they're gonna say? He's too old. He should have never dropped that album.
Yeah. Oh, he's past his time. Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
They're gonna blame his age.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're gonna say. They're gonna say he's too old. I saw people saying Eminem was too old, and this dude got #1 album single in the world. They were like,
Yeah, but
he's
I
too
think that
old.
I think the biggest difference between M and L, M has been putting albums recent. You know, LL ain't put out album in a long ass time, so
No,
it might not be he passed his time. It might just he's out of practice. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, and I think that's why he went and got Tip to keep him focused and to keep him on his toes.
Well,
Because
he
I think
said
that,
he was working with Dr. Dre, and they did a whole bunch of songs together. And he said the shit it just wasn't clicking. Like the songs he wasn't feeling the songs that him and Dr. Dre was putting together for whatever reason. And that's when he called Q-Tip.
I can see that. Um, but will Tip be the answer either? I think, to me, I'm gonna be honest. That sounds like somebody that don't know what they want to do. Now, Nas, let's be honest, he didn't know what he wanted to do till he got with Hit Boy.
Yeah,
Because he did this thing with Kanye that didn't quite connect.
I think that was Kanye's fault though.
Yeah, but Nas went along with it. The little
Yeah,
7-song album. I think LL is in the same lane. I think our older statesmen do need someone to hold their
some
hand a little bit.
guidance.
Yeah, some of them, right? And I think that's okay. But I also think some people could say that that's showing their age. They don't know what's hit. They don't know what's hot. But let's be honest, Kanye got a lot of hands helping his ass.
Yeah.
He's always
There's
got
nothing
all these
wrong. There's nothing
hands.
wrong with there's nothing wrong with two minds coming together and and figuring it out. There's nothing wrong with that.
No,
Nothing wrong with
no,
that at
I
all.
agree.
That's what me and you did.
Facts. That don't make you old. So one more thing though, a older person like Curtis in the comments or somebody, Antoine, whoever, something drops from a 24-year-old and they say that it's trash. Are they, can their opinion be valid? Because they're talking about a 20-year-old who has a different mind state, a different sound. He grew up in a different era. Are we too old to say anything outside of our own era is good or bad?
You know what you like. You know what's good to your ears or not.
Right.
It's all subjective, so they say. So
I feel like, see, this is where I get into. It gets a little tricky with me because I feel like when you're labeling something hip hop, there is a certain starting point that it has to meet before you're gonna say, "Oh, that's the new hip hop sound." It gotta be hip hop. It gotta be hip hop from the beginning of it. Like it can't just be some weird, crazy, abstract noise, and you're gonna label it, slap hip hop on it. It's a foundation where it needs to start at. And they're trying to right now. They're trying to change the foundation into whatever's selling right now is hip hop. That
mhm.
don't make it hip hop, bro. You know what I'm saying? It makes it what these kids like right now. But as time goes on and hip hop goes into a time capsule, and they start saying, okay, we're going to talk about what hip hop is today in 400 years, it won't be that what they're doing. It'll be the stuff that came before that. And when you look at classical music, it has a certain thing it needs to be to even be considered classical.
Mm-hmm. That
Right?
is true.
You got to be able to read music a certain way. You got to be able to play it a certain way, or it won't be considered classical, point blank. But for some reason with hip hop, we as older statesmen can't say that that's not hip hop. We gotta just roll with it. Oh, these the young boys. This is what they doing now. That don't make it hip hop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a lot of that. Yeah, it's a lot of that.
So let me see what the comments are saying. I know I missed some. So Curtis said LL is always diverse. He's always been diverse. He has been diverse, and I hope he stays diverse. I hope he don't just fall into this. I'm gonna do whatever Q-Tip tell me to do. Video said people don't say that with other music genres about being too old as a listener. No, they never say that. But again, hip hop is a weird thing. He said, I will always be a hip hop fan. I've been listening to hip hop since 1987. 5 years old, all till now at 42. And yes, Eminem fans are wild. They are some of the wildest people in the world. That's why Eminem could make a record and go #1 in 2024. And Lydia said, I'm old enough to not care about anything Eminem says or does. Antoine says, the first movie changed my life was Crush Groove. That movie shows the definition of New York hip hop and about my favorite label, Def Jam Records. And there's so much stuff about Def Jam behind the scenes, bro. It's like crazy. Like they went against the odds to make that label what it was.
What's that one saying?
Curtis said, but what if the album is dope? I think he's talking about LL. And he
Mm.
said, you know what makes sense. Did we drop? Hold on. You are
No,
fan from
I can hear you, but I just can't see you now.
Okay.
But it's all good.
And it said you are a fan. I don't know why. I don't know what's that about there, to be honest with you. I don't know what the
What's
hell that's
that?
about. I don't know why you can't see me.
What? I
That's what
can't.
I'm about.
Oh no! When you came back from your phone, overheating, I could see you, and then you just dropped out for me not being able to see you.
Oh
I don't
damn.
know. That's great.
It might be hold on. I think it's they can't. Boom. I
Hello?
think I'm back. I think I'm back. Can you see me now?
No, I can't see you, but I can hear you. Hearing you is good enough. That's good enough.
All right. So I don't know what the hell's going on tonight, buddy. It's a weird night, but you know what? Next week I'm gonna make some I'm gonna make some changes with the with this stuff that I got going on over here. I don't know the phone or what have you. Let me see something. I don't know why, because they can't see me either. So
Oh,
I'm
the
trying to
oh
figure
the
out.
oh the people can't see you.
The people can't see me either.
Oh wow. Well, it might
Ain't
be
that
time for us to
crazy?
wrap this up. Might be time to wrap it up.
Yeah, it might be. It might be time
Yeah.
to wrap up. I wasn't gonna
So
go
I can
past an
watch this
hour
game. I
tonight.
want to watch this Boston and the Mavericks game.
No doubt. I think we said enough, Rap Bone. I think we good. Yo, salute to everybody in the comments that has been watching the show. I'm about to shut the Instagram down right now before I get out of here. I see a lot of people was in there. Um, I think we done over there, gang. And
Do you
listen,
like the LL and Eminem joint? The joint they got together?
I only listened to a little bit.
I
I'm
like
not.
what I heard. I only listened to like half of it, but I like what I heard.
I have to listen to it again to actually digest it because I only heard it right before I got on here. But let me see.
It
This
has
is
a
the last
quirky
comment.
beat to it, but I like it.
Okay, let me see. The young rap fans seem to be okay with ghostwriters, reference tracks, and borrowing flows and cadences. That's a fact.
Yeah, some female rapper just came out and said she got people write for it. Ruby something. You know what I'm talking about?
Ruby Rose.
Yeah, she said she got ghost. Well, they're not ghost writers anymore, but she said she got writers, and she said everybody has writers. That was a quote.
Yeah, that's wild. It is what it is. She's right. But listen, gang, we appreciate y'all watching. BlackYeti.com. Make sure you cash out that CLBMG. And I saw your comment, Katie, about the about getting the other ones. I do have other ones. I can start to kick those other ones out. The other ways to pay us and help us out. But we start with Cash App. But she said I do have GPay and all that good stuff like that. So we'll put that out there the next time we go live. Salute to Dale, man, for joining me another night, having a great conversation about this thing we love called hip hop. We
Yeah, I think
appreciate
this is the
y'all
shortest
watching.
show we've done.
It is. But I wasn't gonna go too long tonight anyway, because for one, the game is on, and for two, I don't know if we need to beat it over the head about this old stuff. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody gets it. Like, I think we just had a
Yeah.
nice conversation. We're gonna be back next week with another great conversation. Thank y'all for watching. Dale, I appreciate you.
Oh, no problem. No problem.
Gonna catch y'all on the flip side. Peace, gang.
All right. Out.
Oh, one more thing, Dale. I'm dropping a
Oh.
video in about 5 minutes about on my Charles Brown channel where it's about Jay-Z performing for Tom Brady, but not the hip hop 50th. That's
Oh
gonna
yeah,
be going on my
Antonio Brown went at his ass for that, and then somebody on another
yeah.
podcast they
I
was going heavy on him.
I'm dropping that right now in about 5 minutes, so stay tuned.
All
All right,
right.
gang.